Please welcome back to the show, Adam Copeland. How are you, sir?
How are you?
Good to see you, man.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. Congratulations on everything. Thank you. It's you've been on the show. You're pre the announcement of your retirement.
My last interview before my retirement.
Right. So I had your last wrestling interview.
Yes.
And then I became addicted to this show called Haven, and boom, there you are. I've seen every episode except for the last two. So
we got an owl there.
it's great. Well, Haven's this strange kind of fan group because I remember I started tweeting about Haven because I usually watched it late at night, and then boom, these other Haven fans would sort of pop up. And when you showed up, I was like, this is so great. What a cool opportunity, man.
Happy accident. 2 days after I retired, they had seen my retirement speech, and they wanted to tie in with wrestling because in the U.S., SmackDown airs right before.
Right.
So they said, do you want to do a part on this? I said yes. I went out there, had a great time. One scene became 4 scenes, became 4 episodes, became, do you want to come back the next season?
Dude, you're the sheriff.
And became this season, you're the sheriff.
You're the sheriff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Nathan comes back. It's crazy.
I know. And it's that cliche. It organically grew.
Right.
But it really did.
Well, you said publicly, and I've read you say this, that you don't think of yourself as an actor because you didn't want to disrespect the work that actors do. But at a certain point, you have to cross the line and say, okay, I'm going to be an actor.
Yes, and I've crossed it.
Yeah.
I crossed it, and I don't want to just be a good actor for a wrestler. I just want to be a good actor.
Right.
More importantly than all of it, it's been fun. And I realized that I needed a creative outlet or I would have gone insane.
Right. So you felt that coming?
I did, because after the first season of Haven, I was like, okay, that's it. I am retired. I'm gonna do the beard.
Yeah.
And it was big.
But
and
you were
there's
young.
Birds nesting and...
Like, were you like in a hipster band kind of big?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, and I shaved my head, so I looked all sorts of like...
Right.
Ooh, it was rough.
You should have, did you struggle at all with meaning in your life? Like, and I asked this because when Robert Plant was in the show, he said when he left the band, he was young, and he's like, now what do I do?
Yeah.
And money doesn't make a difference. It's like, what do I do?
Well, and that's the thing. WWE left me with the luxury that at 37, I was like, okay, I'm fine. I was never stupid. I drive a Jeep, you know, that's just me. But I saw so many instances throughout the years of guys that could not grasp how to deal with after. And I always thought the 2 most important things, if they could give a class to people coming into that industry on how to manage your money, and keep it all in check. You know, I always introduced myself as Adam from day one. I was never Edge. Edge, you know, was a character.
You didn't introduce yourself, I'm one half of Sex and Violence?
No.
Which was also yours.
I might have said I'm Sexton Hardcastle once.
Did you say it, hold on, did you say it to a girl, and was it at a bar?
Probably.
It was.
Probably.
So yes, but you recognized early?
I recognized very early. And then as I knew my career was coming closer and closer, you know, to the end, I was like, I gotta wrap my mind around this because I don't want to be that guy like, you know, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, or you see so many instances. I was like, that's not gonna be me.
But it sneaks up on people.
It does. It does, and I can see how it does. Because here's the thing with this industry. For 20 years, I was Edge to people. Not like Johnny Depp, who plays 8 characters a year. You don't go up to him and say, Edward Scissorhands, how are you?
Yeah.
You know, be careful shaking his hand. Like, you just don't do that. But with us, you know, I am Edge to a large majority of the population, and I always will be. I've learned to accept that, but I'm Adam.
Right.
It's such a crazy industry in that there's no off season. Yeah. And if there is, it's because you tore something.
Yeah.
It never stops, and you don't realize how crazy the schedule is while you're immersed in it. But when you're pulled out, you go, wow, how did I do that?
Right.
It was an amazing gig. It opened up so many doors, and I will never regret it, but I'm glad I'm done.
How'd you manage the pain, physical pain?
Stupidly just grit my teeth.
Yeah.
You know, thankfully, I realized what a slippery slope that it can be if you start going down roads with pills and things like that.
Did you ever have the painkiller moments where you thought, this is too good, I gotta stop?
No. No? No. I just, after surgeries, I would take them and I'd be like, ooh, I could see how guys could get pulled there.
I had a motorcycle accident and I was given a Percocet. They gave me 2. I took 2 Percocet, and it was so good that I actually got rid of the rest of the bottle.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, this is a trip that I will never survive, right?
For me, it was, I guess, kind of the same idea, but I always told myself I wouldn't be that guy. I wasn't going to be a cliche.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, a tough road to hoe at times, because, man, there were mornings or nights where, like, you just couldn't pick up your bags.
Right.
You know, and the guy I'd be riding with, Tommy Dreamer, he'd carry my bags for me, you know, and I'd be like, I was like, I'm 35, you know.
You know, you said that you had the tingling in your arm, so
Yeah.
you knew you were done. But did you know you were done emotionally or intellectually before?
I felt myself a nanosecond physically behind what I was thinking in the ring.
Yeah.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
You know, and I can see how it's difficult for a guy like Brett Favre. He makes that pass 60 yards in the end zone with the Vikings. Okay, he's still got it. But does he still got it, or does he have flashes of it? And I didn't want to get to that point where it was just flashes. I wanted to, and the neck forced it.
Yeah.
You know, I got out on top.
So, listen, I mean, you saw Hulk Hogan fight Mr. Wonderful, didn't you?
Yeah, big event. And that's the one that always gets forgotten about. 75,000 people seeing East Stadium. Like, that was
Up the road from Sweet Daddy Siki's hearse.
Yes. Yeah.
And you saw the big
Yeah.
one. So,
Saw it.
so what was that like then, in this particular moment with the Hulk?
Had new champions. Here's the Hulkster. Hogan back into the ring. The double
This is
team
incredible.
by Hogan and Edge. Oh, double boom. What a match. Hogan calling for Edge to do the arm. Lights out.
You got the pin, dude.
Lights out. Stereo.
And you got the pin.
Yeah. The great part about Hogan is he was so laid back. He was, whatever you want to do, brother. And I was like, all right, I got this. So, you know, and I knew that I was going to be doing all the work. You know, that was part of the deal. He comes in, he does that, and
Well, he's older at this point,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and I'll put in the grunt work, and I'm loving putting in the grunt work. I got it. So I said, hey, how about a double boot, double leg drop? What do you think? He goes, I love it. I went, oh gosh, I'm gonna do the leg drop with Hogan. Are you kidding? So I immediately, I was transported back to being, you know, 10 years old.
Yeah.
I felt like a little kid. Like, you can see it on my face. I'm just like, just mind completely,
What
you know,
happened?
in left field.
I suppose you know the outcome of that match, but there's still that moment where, I mean, I figured you're going to win that match. When it happens, you go for the pin. I didn't know you would do that. But then we know, okay, you're going to get the count. Then there's that explosion from the audience. Hulk's hand goes up, your hand goes up. In that little moment, what does it feel like?
Oh, I don't want to say vindication, but if it all did stop right there, I was like, okay, this is, you know, as much fun as I can have out here is at this very moment. And, you know, and also knowing, like, all my buddies at home, knowing my mom who sat there while I was wearing my Hulk Rules tank top and, you know, drinking my milk and eating my vitamins and having to put up with all of that and being sweet about it too, knowing that she was just sitting there going, oh my God.
Stick around, more with Adam Copeland right after this. All right, you're back in the program. Adam Copeland is with us. Edge, Sexton Hardcastle, Sex and Violence. What are the other names?
I have a lot of handles.
You got a lot of handles.
Sexton Hardcastle,
Yep.
Adam Impact.
Yep.
Nick Blades. I was Nick Blades once in a movie.
It sounds like a porn movie,
I
Nick
know,
Blades.
and it wasn't. I was
No.
a cop in that,
You
too.
could still use your finishing move, the spear, in that one as well, couldn't you?
A lot of different ways
That's
you
right.
can go.
All right, anthropology time. So, who's one person you wish you could spear in the world? The wrestling spear, not the porn spear.
I don't know, maybe Rob Ford. Although, you know what? We could turn it into a huge match at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
He'd know how to do it.
He would
so,
do it. He
yeah,
would do it.
Yeah.
February 14th is Mania. It's magically creeping up on you right now. What's the most romantic thing you've ever done?
Ooh, honestly, having a baby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's romantic? It just doesn't look that romantic when I watch
But
TLC.
it is. As soon as you hold that baby and you go, oh, we created this.
Yeah?
It's a bond for life that you can never,
And the holding, it's
insane.
that's so
It
great.
was 6 weeks ago, so I'm like still there.
Right. So you're
Yeah.
still exhausted too?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Hypothetical situation. This is the 10th season of this program. Let's say I decide it's time for a career change, and I could. I decided to settle on trying life in the ring. What should my name be? I already know my finishing move.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
The Stroumboulopoulos bomb. That's the move.
Strombo. B-O-W.
Strombo.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in.
Yeah?
Dude, I'm so
That's
happy
strong.
for you. Congrats on Haven and everything else.
Thank you.
All right, Haven season finale is February the 7th on Showcase. Good to see you, Adam. Adam Copeland, everyone. Good to be right back. All right, 3